Hello, dear viewers. Welcome back to Let's Play Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. I've decided to do one more recording before I go to bed, and I believe it is time for us to go to Vaults 5. I think it's about that time. We don't have a whole lot of other choices. I want to be able to access the Realm of Zot, both for experience and for treasure. Since we're going for the extended endgame on this character, I've decided. We are strong. I think we're going to be pretty good spellcasters eventually. Once we get more experience, and I don't know. I've wanted to do a ziggurat forever. I've always thought that they were just the coolest idea. Just this massively difficult challenge, like post endgame. And I've never, I've never succeeded in clearing the Hells or Pandemonium or the Tomb. Just a whole bunch of stuff that I've never had the chance to do. Okay, so we really have to think hard about what we want to do on this bottom level here. Because there are going to be a bunch of dudes surrounding us right away, and if we get ambushed by a Vault Warden and he seals off our staircases back up, I guess we can portal projectile and crossbow him down. It's not ideal. Might as well cast one round of it before we even go down. And we're... okay, I don't see any Vault Wardens. So we're going to stair dance a few times. The Vault Guards are not... as you can see, they're obviously not an issue for us. It's when they come in conjunction with other things, and when those other things can seal away our escape, and or have smite targeting, and, etc., etc. There are many bad things on Vaults 5, although I do not believe that Curse Skulls are one of them. We were having a rough time with those in the Crypts. The Crypts were really tough. Crypts 5 was a challenge, for sure. We had to burn some resources. We got rotted a lot, which was kind of annoying. Another reason why I like gargoyles. They are immune to rotting, because they don't have flesh. They're stone. You can't rot stone. It's a large shield, but not a good large shield. As in, it doesn't have an ego. Yep, we can keep stair dancing. As long as we don't see a Vault Guard, or a Vault Warden, rather, we don't have to change our strategy at all. We just pull these guys up, slaughter them with great prejudice, and pop back down. Pop back down to bring up more. This is actually one of the easiest Vaults 5 that I've had in a while. We haven't seen any Ancient Liches yet. We haven't... we've seen, what, a Gold Dragon, if that? Yeah! Final level of augmentation. Bow chicka bow bow. Bow chicka bow bow. Yeah, that's a huge boost to our spell power. Hard to tell exactly because we haven't really been keeping track. But yeah, this is at, what, 7 pips now? It's really good. Maybe some of that's from our air magic, but I don't know. It's strong, and we get a +12/+12 slaying bonus at max health. So, eat it, elves. Now, we can't get cocky. I have had a character in more or less this situation right about here who just died. I walked face first into an Ancient Lich and a Gold Dragon, and they just bashed me down. That's interesting. A gnarled, ruined rod. Is that an artifact rod? Can you have artifact rods? I don't know. Our evocation skill is 9, so that's, you know, not insignificant. I wanted to explore at least one of those little escape routes. Okay, good. This isn't one of the really open segments. This might be. It's really rough when right around here there's just there are no walls or anything, and there's just a lot of line of sight throughout here. You can be swarmed by a lot of monsters really rapidly. I'm very glad that we have these sort of blinders. Sphinxes are tough. They can smite. They can paralyze too, but we're basically immune to that. Our dodging is getting up there. That's nice. 17. Our evasion is 20. I feel like it used to be higher than that for some reason. Oh, yeah, because we used to be wearing this. Why aren't we wearing this? We weren't wearing anything. I guess we took a ring off and didn't put another one on. Okay, evasion 25. Nice. I'm for it. Shapeshifter. Sure. We have some elf flesh left over. Ew, yikes. I don't want to auto-explore. Not here. Hoo. Hoo-hoo. Woo-hoo. Oh, we have company is what we have. Oh, wow. This is a lucrative looking vault. This looks nice. Provided we survive to enjoy its fruits. Boris, respawned. Heroism is good. I don't think we'll need finesse. I think we can save the piety. Not too worried about poison. Looks like a pretty lame gift. Glowing scale mail, yeah. We won't be using that. Kill the thing behind us first, and then the Etten. We have a terrible headache. Well, he didn't mutate us, so I don't care. Kill Boris a second time. I think that's the first time that I've actually had to refight Boris. That's a lot of dire flails. That scale mail is almost certainly... I mean, we're not going to want to wear a scale mail. Okay, a pitted tin ring. Blah. Worthless. If we didn't already have a spellcasting source of fly, and what about this ring of evasion? Is it a good ring of evasion? No, it's a terrible ring of evasion. Not that I was expecting much better than +5 anyway, but a book of dreams. Nothing too interesting. Shimmering scale mail. I guess I'll try it on. Whatever. It's not great. Plus blink is kinda nice, I guess. I guess we probably should have put this on too, seeing if it was cursed. Oh, it's just a ring of fire. That's nothing special. We'll hang on to it. That's the first one we found, obviously. So not too much exciting stuff here. We don't care about a Staff of Earth. We're going air. Alright, so an initially incredibly exciting looking vault turned out to be less so. Less than incredibly exciting. But, you know, that's fine. We didn't die. And I guess we probably got some gold or something. We have just tons of gold. This is some of the most gold I've ever had. I've played this game for a long time. I think maybe like 12 grand was the most. But I might be inflating that in my memory. The Ring of Exiled Lives. It's a cool name for a ring. I just wish it did something. And we like our strength. I mean, while we're wielding this demon whip, it's not as good as dexterity for us. Hardy har har. Yeah, Yaktar. Kill yourself. Kill yourself. Our deflect missiles is still up. I don't think we've... Oh, there it went. I was about to say, we haven't had to recast deflect missiles in a really long time. Which is good, considering that without... Oh, it's actually easy now. Nice! We can definitely forget repel missiles at this point. Free up some spell levels. We have flesh already. Yakta a la Jus. Beat up a Vault Sentinel. I'm not sure, what could that amulet even be? Could be a lot of things. Nothing that's likely to be better than what we're using, but... we don't have any... We dropped off a bunch of our scrolls of Identify. Just because I didn't want to carry them around, and at one point, weight was an issue. Not that it's too big of a deal. Alright, this is actually a really pleasant vault so far. I mean, knock on wood. Because it could turn really not pleasant really fast. So what is this rod? A cursed +2 rod of destruction. That seems very mediocre, but, you know, whatever. We won't just immediately drop it. Titans are strong. Titans are really strong. They can hurt us. Kill the Preserver first, so we're not trying to kill a dragon and a half. I don't know what to do with these scrolls of enchant armor now that our Pearl Dragon armor is at its max. Pearl Dragon armor is sweet. Fire Dragon armor is better in a lot of ways if you don't have a natural source of resist fire, but one of our mutations is, in fact, resist fire. Yeah, this +12/+12 is really showing. I feel like we're just tearing through these various creatures. Like they're paper. Really gross paper. Annihilator is a thing. Makes me want to put up deflect missiles again. Our hunger cost is still really high for the deflect missiles. That is one downside of using wizardry effects, is that it doesn't make your spell hunger any better. Looks like there's something we can eat here, though. I don't think Dire Flails are worth using. Yeah, -3, 13. We're going to use a Great Mace, 17 base damage, if we ever switch to a two-handed weapon. If we ever find a Great Mace that's worth using, we will use it. Just because that extra, you know, however much base damage, it's 6 more base damage than just the whip's base damage, pre-enchantment and everything. Which is not insignificant. But then again, we're still kind of cool with using... and this is a Rod of Ignition. More powerful rod. Okay. I mean, our evocation skill isn't bad, but I don't think it's good enough to use those as a reliable source of damage. They can be like an emergency source. Where was that thing we were eating? There we go. Ooh, an artifact ring mail, okay. We have like a million stones of tremors. And actually we don't care anything about anything in that Book of Dreams, so we're not going to try on this armor. There's way too much unexplored space around us. Ah, here we go. We could just identify it. Oh, let's identify this ring, actually. Oh, that's a very good ring. That's an excellent ring. That is a ring that we want to wear over this Ring of Wizardry. Yeah. Wow, we are so powerful. This is awesome, guys. And gals, and others. This is just great. We have an extra wand of fire that we can drop off at some point if we need to. At this point, I'll auto-explore sort of... I just wanted to auto-explore that hallway. I didn't have a good reason for it. Boring, beetle. It is boring. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Shapeshifter. Ring of Evasion, I guess we can pick it up on the off chance that it's better than our current Ring of Evasion, but not likely. Where is it? I cannot find it. +4? Nope, not as good. I mean, we could stack them for extra evasion, but I don't think we're defensively vulnerable enough to need to do that. 25 evasion is plenty when we have 42 armor class. Having a moderately high armor class lets you get away with being like an evasion-based character. I think you have to have some armor class, is what I'm trying to say. You can't go around with 0 armor class and hope to survive, because you're just relying too much on variance. Like, you're relying solely on evasion. If you die in one hit, when you do get hit, you're gambling on every single encounter, and that's not a good way to play this game. An ancient demon blade, man. Wish we were good with swords. Or that had been an evening star. Or a great mace. Any number of things that would be good for us. I don't know why I'm complaining. We're super strong. I just want a lot of icing on my cake. Let's try it out. I am curious. Oh, well, it's horrible, so I really don't mind that I can't use it. That's fine. Venom and Noisy. What a dumb weapon. I guess it's sort of a cursed weapon, so... Aha! The Silver Rune of Zot. We pick it up and feel its power. Oh, we should probably attack it while wielding a weapon, I think. Jorgrun is a powerful Earth dude. Earth's wizard. Earth elementalist. He's... you know, scary if you're a gargoyle, I guess. Let's keep enchanting this whip. Yeah, +7, +8. Cool. Scroll of recharging. We actually don't need to recharge. Oh, we can go ahead and use the scroll of amnesia on repel missiles. That works. Snap up that scroll of recharging. Just eat the choco. I don't care. Whatever. And, oh, what potions have we not identified yet? Decay, experience, flight, and paralysis. That's a motley mix. I don't really want to test quaff it. I don't really want to leave it there either. We'll eat this pear. Get rid of this flesh. Grab this scroll. Our inventory is totally full even before we're done exploring the vaults. I do like seeing that. That's nice. Tempted to make a run back to our stash. Just for the heck of it. I think I will. As soon as I put on... let me switch this over to a Ring of Sustenance before I forget. I'm not concerned about these ugly things. They're not a concern to us at this point in the game. I feel like ugly things are weaker than they were in early Trunk versions. Or maybe I'm just better at this game and, you know, screw up a lot less often. Let's drop off these rods. We might use them later. Never know. Get rid of the Wand of Fire. Actually, let's get rid of the one that was zapped 4 times and keep the one that hasn't been zapped. Scrolls of Enchant Armor we don't need. Or these guys. Let's identify that. I just really don't want to quaff a potion of decay and have to waste another potion on it, you know? Potion of flight. Okay, boring. Let's... warding. Okay. We don't really care that much about warding. Warding's good in some circumstances. I mean, it protects you from summoned stuff. And sometimes summoners are a problem for you, but not often. I mean, at this point in the game. Most of our strengths are come from the fact that it's really late in the game and we're really powerful. I guess I can drop this off for now. I don't really see us wearing it over this Ring of the Clouds and Ring of Evasion and this Ring of Wizardry. That ring mail would have been sweet really early on. Now it's just another thing we don't need, since we're just... this is so strong. This Pearl Dragon armor is insane. I found it really early on, too. I think that's one of the reasons why this character was successful, was because I found this armor. Granted, it was only at like a +2 or +3 or something like that, but it was still an enchanted Pearl Dragon armor on Dungeon 4 or something obscene. It was really, really early. It made the early game incredibly easy. Okay, so we have 2 potions of Cure Mutation. If I find another one, or especially if I find 2 more, we'll go to that treasure trove that requires 2 of these. Or if I get stuck for resources, if I just hit a brick wall with some uniques or something and I can't, figure out a way out. We'll drop 5 of these. We'll keep a couple. Okay, that cleaned up our inventory a little bit. Let's go back to the vaults. 5. Well, yeah, we'll go to vaults 5. There's not going to be anything near the entrance that we can't handle, which is very cavalier of me to say, but I am certain that we will not die if we auto travel to the vaults and switch over this ring once we get there. Do I like magic resistance? We have 4 pips of magic resistance anyway. This gives us an extra one, so I like this ring of evasion. We could put that on if we need to cast spells, which we currently don't. Yeah, deflect missiles isn't great without wizardry. Not great at all. Yeah, air magic I kind of want to train all the way up so we can cast tornado at some point. That'd be neat. Quicksilver Dragon comes into view. We'll wait for it here. Quicksilver Dragons are really fast, and I think they breathe like metal shards or something at you. It's irresistible damage is why they're scary. But I think it's still reduced by armor class, so whatever. Having high armor class is really good. Having high evasion is also really good, don't get me wrong. I just am a big fan of high armor class. Ooh, another little vault. Vault within the vaults. A vault's vault. I believe the only... yeah, enchant weapon 3. Good. That's what we wanted. That got it up to +7, +9. That's fantastic. So its damage is maximally enchanted. And accuracy is not as important. So we don't even need to use any more scrolls on it. Like, it's done. It's good. Rod of Inaccuracy. There's some circumstance, I forget what, where Rod of Inaccuracy is really good. Like, there's some accuracy boosting effect that lets you... because basically they're, like, really powerful damaging bolts that have horrible, horrible hit rate. And, oh, a Titan is strong. Another Scroll of Silence. Scrolls of Silence, the little tile, like, indicator, looks a lot, to me, like Scrolls of Acquirement, and I always get really excited, and then I find out that it's not. Oh, well, we can't wield it because it's a Holy Hand Axe. That's fine. I mean, it would have just made us lustful for points in our Axe's skill anyway. And there's that just monstrously cool Executioner's Axe chilling at the bottom of Elf 3. If we ever go into Axes. Which, it would train up fast since we have that +4 cross-training. Staves as well. Gets a benefit from maces and flails. But that'll be, a lot later, if ever, that we decide to do that. I can freely auto-explore now without fear. We've cleared out enough of this that we're not gonna... like, even if we run into something like that, we're not gonna have a problem with it. Small pockets of enemies are not a problem for us. It's when we encounter, a ton of... ooh. The Cloak of Flash! Cool! That's neat. That's really neat. I still really like this Cloak of Preservation, but this is a cool cloak. It's an unrand art, a non-randomly generated artifact. It's the same every time. I've found this before, and I like it. It's cool. I mean, the fact that we have a source of flying already, a better source of flying, because you can recast flying while you're in the air, whereas you cannot re-evoke flying while you're in the air. If you don't have a source of flying, it's awesome. And even if you do, +4 evasion on a +3 cloak is pretty good. I mean, that's a hefty amount. That's 4 armor class, 4 evasion. That's a respectable chunk of defensive stats, which is nice, I don't mind it, for sure. just some ogres and preservers, and I don't know. We'll eat this one. Pray over these. Yeah, I guess we already explored that little vault. Okay, well that was Vaults 5. So now we have some options. I think I'll go ahead and probably end this video since this seems like a good stopping point, but we can do the slime pits if we want. We can do the abyss. I will want to do both of those really before I head to the realm of Zot, I think, just to make sure we're nice and unstoppable. I'm feeling saucy. Let's go ahead and pop into the abyss for a little while. Make sure I've got a good setup going. We'll go to our stash and then we'll pop over to the... Nah, I don't want to walk all the way to the stash. We're not going to find anything interesting in the abyss. We don't need a +4 ring of protection. Our armor class is fantastic. Proportionally, that ring of protection would not help us out as much as this ring of evasion does. Where are our resistances sitting? 2 pips of negative energy, 2 pips of cold. Yeah. Resist mutation. Yeah, we're ready. We're totally ready for the abyss. Control F. Abyss. Oh, there's a oh, it's a robe. Never mind. I was about to say that's a cool cloak, but it's not a cloak. All right, let's do this. Oh, we actually have food on us. Let's eat it. Oh, and let's cast deflect missiles and eat some more food. There we go. And then we'll just put on the ring of sustenance while we're traveling. I'm trying to remember doing that labyrinth, and I really don't. It was a very long time ago. Well, then let's go to the one on depths 4, if that's easier to get to. This is a weird way to go about it, but it's fine, whatever. Yeah, we'll just eat this meat ration. The abyss, there's not much food in the abyss. Preservation is good, since we can't protect our scrolls, and I like our scrolls. Protects us from acid. Let's make sure our rings are what we want them to be. And our amulet, let's see. I like that. And what happens if we take it off? Where do our resistances stand? Okay. So it's very good to put this on. And this +5 ring of evasion, I think, is suiting us quite well. An extra, 25% added to our evasion. Clarity probably won't need. This resist mutation, resist negative energy is probably the best bet, but it's nice to have those other options. Yeah, we're ready for the abyss. Let's do it. Well, I know we will not be able to return immediately. So our goal, wow, that was a decent find right away. Oh, monsters. This is a really sort of wide open abyss level. So basically, our goal is to get to a couple of gateways down deeper into the abyss and get to abyss level 3. Flayed Ghost. I don't recall Flayed Ghost being in the abyss before, but I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, to find some stairways down, and then just sort of troll around on Abyss 3 until it generates the rune, which it will eventually. Ooh, an Executioner. That's kind of scary. Let's shoot some Hellfire at it. The reason why Executioners are scary is because they haste themselves, just sort of willy-nilly. Huh. Well, that was easy. I guess we are a very high armor class character. Executioners are super scary for casters because they get a lot of attacks in on you, and if you're relying on evasion, odds are they're going to hit you, and they're going to hit you for a bunch of damage, and it's going to kill you. Beware executioners. Beware any tier 1 demon, really. In the Tiles version, you can tell because the entire little star present in their portrait will be red. In the ASCII version, which gives me a headache, but some people actually prefer because it's lightning fast, so you can play it on like a Commodore 64. I'm pretty sure, like, literally you could. I don't know if that's actually true, but, you know, feels like it. It's good to note that our armor class could go even higher if we want to abandon our resist poison and see invisible. I did ditch the ring of see invisible. It just by itself, it's not valuable. Abandoning the stuff that we would have to abandon to give up, like, 5 evasion is better than 3 armor class, is basically what I'm trying to get at here. We don't need to devote a ring slot to see invisible. I kind of, one of these days, I want to play an octopode, get them really far, and just wear 8 rings, 8 artifact rings at once. That would be sweet. I feel like that would be really strong and fun. But, you know, you also have to play as an octopode. Super frail, they can't wear any armor. That's why they can wear 8 rings, you know, 1 on each of their legs. Let's try going just west. Go west, young man, to find symbolic poetry about a country in the early 1900s. Actually, 1800s, never mind. Not 1900s. Yeah, with the Abyss, you kind of just have to wander around for a while. Here's a spellbook of the Earth. Whatever. Not really great for us, but, you know. I guess we can just hit auto-explore and wander around in the Abyss. Whee! It might take us in circles, though. That could be a waste of time. Scroll of blinking. Walls coming up in front of us and disappearing again. Yeah, we're really powerful. This augmentation is just a big old boat of gravy over a chicken fried steak. It's awesome. If you haven't seen me wander through... Ah, there we go. Gateway deeper into the Abyss. Good. Might as well grab a free scroll of Identify. You can't go back up the stairs. They vanish. Which makes sense, it's the Abyss. And the enemies do get way harder on these lower levels, unfortunately. But, not too bad. Not the worst. Nothing we can't handle. Ancient Zymes make you sick. Wish we had resist rotting, but we can't have everything. We can actually chop that up. We can eat the brainworm. That's cool. Sickness, by the way, just prevents you from regenerating hit points naturally. Which is not, you know, too dangerous in that situation. This is a weird Abyss. This is seems like an oddly structured Abyss. At least where we came in was fairly structured. Gateway leading out of the Abyss. We don't want to run. We are confident in our abilities. You can kind of juke monsters in the Abyss if you're fast enough. Ooh, a Scroll of Acquirement. That kind of makes this whole trip worth it. I want armor still. Boots? Better boots? Not really. Nope. I guess I won't abandon them in the Abyss, but that's about all I'll say for them. That was a poor Scroll of Acquirement. I guess the caliber of our equipment is so high that I was bound to be disappointed, but... Oh yeah, these guys give you temporary mutations, which are kind of annoying. Ah, Hellion, that's what was blasting us with Hellfire. Gross. So I think if you look at our augmentation, I think that we... yeah, that's just a little mobile torment bomb. I think that it has sort of 3 threshold stages. It's either +4/+4, +8/8, or +12/12, depending at certain breakpoints of our hit points. That's what it looks like based on our buff. But I don't know if that's just sort of a shorthand. I mean, I'm hesitant to rely on the buff itself for our information. It might scale it with a percentage rate. It's really hard to tell in this particular instance. Those little torment bombs are really annoying. They just fly in and blast you and then leave. Very inconsiderate. The spawn rate on lower levels is increased. The lower you go, the faster things spawn, and the more powerful they are. So it's not just the strength of the monsters, it's the rate at which they approach. So like on the very lowest level of the Abyss, where there's no reason to ever go there. It just, guarantees that you'll find the runes swiftly if you don't just die to all the tier 1 demons that are smashing you in the face. Ah ha ha! Level 27, the final level. Put this last point into intelligence. Since our intelligence still isn't great. Like, we have lower intelligence than the starting intelligence of a Deep Elf Deep Elf Wizard, I think. I think they start with 20. Like, we just... and we have some things to boost our intelligence. Oh. Well, we got warped away from there because the spatial maelstrom hit us. That was actually quite pleasant. I was glad to be out of that situation. I want to find another gateway down deeper into the Abyss. We can always come back here. Huh, weird. An altar of Nemelex. Nemelex Zobe. Raiju are one of the sources of food down here. It's kind of nice to find a little pack of them. Do-do-do. Auto-explore in the Abyss is a little goofy. Because it's toroid, you can't ever actually explore it, and it changes all the time. It's a weird place. Alright, so we're going to want to keep an eye out for a vault-like area. Ooh, fire crabs. Oh, we're so resistant to fire, though. We are not resistant to petrification, so we don't want to stand in that calcifying dust. We can stand in fire, poison, no problem. We're even resistant to cold. We can just take out this statue. Yeah. This seems like kind of a vault-ish area. Good, we got our icy envelope back. So maybe somewhere around here is the spot with the rune. I don't know, that'd be nice. We're increasing our gold stash ever so steadily. I guess that was maybe just a vault for getting out of here, although it's really looks pre-designed to me. I don't know. Let's try and work our way around it and see if the Abyss won't oblige us with some new pathways opened up. While we are level 27, character level 27, we can still, of course, gain experience. Okay, yeah. Those purple mutations are just temporary, caused by those purple star things. Chaos agents, whatever they are. No, we don't want to step into seething chaos. We don't appreciate mutation. That is not our natural demon-spawny stuff. What is this? Oh. Something to worship. A lich. Yeah, it's weird that there's this basically vault right there, but not a rune. The way that the rune is generated, by the way, you might be wondering, well, if it's toroid, won't you eventually explore it all and find the vault regardless? No, the rune does not start off on the level. It is generated. On level 3, there's a 5% chance per item generated that it will be a rune and create a little vault around it. Yeah, big whoop, I know. So we'll probably be wandering for a while. But a slurping noise. There's slimes down here? That's weird. I guess those are kind of abyssal. So skills, how are we doing? Yeah, whatever. I kind of want our maces and flails to be maxed out, but we can't have everything we want. Gosh, we're just so resistant to everything. Max on fire, 2 out of 3 on cold and energy, just without trying. Like, we're not even... I'm not even sure what resistances I'm wearing. The fact that we get a pip of fire and a pip of cold from our mutations is awesome. Though we should be aware that the pip of fire may disappear if we are mutated further. Ooh, I want to kill an angel. That seems really dangerous, but I want to do it. I'm a Demonspawn. Angels are not on my side. Alright. Bring it on, angel. I'm going to bash you with my demon whip. Cool. Sacred Scourges are what happen when you bless demon whips with the Shining One's blessing. The Shining One is a cool god, very good late game god, that will bless one of your weapons once, and so you can turn your already strong weapons into really cool weapons of like Holy Wrath or whatever for use in the tomb mainly. Although it's also very good in the Abyss and Pandemonium and the Hells. It's just a great end game kind of weapon, but obviously we are prohibited from using it as we are Demonspawn, and holy stuff is anathema to us. Get a hungry ghost. Hungry, hungry, hungry hippos. And the reason why we're staying on 3 and not 4 is so that, you know, we can occasionally rest if we need to. Like to get rid of this sickness. And, you know, to heal up and stuff. Like, on 4, and certainly on 5, you don't really have that luxury. You sometimes even have to, like, burn consumables, or... Like, if you have the regeneration spell, or a good source of regeneration, like the Unrandart Moon Troll Leather Armor, which gives you boosted regeneration and everything. Profane Servitor. We can take you on. We ain't scared. Let's eat one of these meat rations. Meat rations were made for the Abyss, for Pandemonium, for the Hells, where food is otherwise quite scarce because nothing leaves a corpse. Yeah, we want a nice, safe little trip, just stumbling through the Abyss, getting experience sort of here and there, getting a ton of piety with Okawaru, presumably. I can never tell if all kills grant you piety with him, or if only sufficiently difficult kills grant you piety. I know that sacrificing corpses of low hit dice are highly unlikely to grant you any piety gain. But that at least notifies you that, you know, it wasn't accepted. Oh, rotting. Oh no. Drink a potion of curing. Cures the rotting, and since we were at max health, it also gave us a point of our hit points back. Book of Necromancy. Boring. It's like this game wants us to become a necromancer, and I really don't want to. I don't know, I kind of feel like necromancers are bad late game. Or at least for the extended endgame, which is what we want to do specifically with this character. Conjurations is good in the extended endgame. As is summonings. And each of the elemental magics. Hexes, not so much, though they're getting a revamp in 0.15. Apocalypse crabs. There's got to be a joke there somewhere. I'm not going to reach for it, though. Ah, I think we might have found... This looks very vault-like. This looks extremely vault-like to me. I would not be surprised if the rune is in here somewhere. I really hope it is. That'd be cool. Yeah, we're really strong at this point. We are definitely ready for the Realm of Zot. Um, yeah, very definitely ready for the Realm of Zot, and strong in general. Like I think we're set up to be able to approach the end game and the extended end game. The end game being just 3 runes, Zot, and out. The extended end game being Pandemonium, the Tomb. Some people count the Slime Pits and the Abyss as extended end game because they're not technically necessary. You can just do the 2 layer branches and then the vaults and be fine. Here we don't want to be warped elsewhere. We'll grab that Ambrosia. That's kind of cool. Ambrosia confuses you but restores your mana. So it's nice since we have this Amulet of Clarity. We can pop that on. I mean, it'd take us a few turns, but if we have a little bit of a breather, we can pop on the Amulet of Clarity, eat the Ambrosia to restore our mana. Like if we're doing a run and gun kind of spell battle. Man, this feels so vault-like, but I haven't seen the rune. No runes for us. Oh, man. I guess there was just a high chance for it to be here since there were a lot of items generated. I really don't want to miss it or something silly like that. The nice thing is we will eventually get a whole bunch of god gifts by doing this. We're surely getting a reasonable amount of piety. Huh. Weird. Oh, that demon was almost invisible. Oh, here's another... The fact that those things are in a corner and there are a ton of dudes around here. Wow. Yikes. What's summoning all these things? I think that the world binders or whatever are a large source of it. Forget what these golden eyes do, but yeah, there's a gift. It's just a flail, though. That's boring. Almost no way we'll use a flail, especially since it's not an artifact. It's not an artifact? Yeah. Flail of Draining, especially not. We're just going to leave that here. We do not care about that at all. Yeah, our hit points creeping up with our fighting, which is really nice. Oh, man, this has got to be the rune. There are just so many monsters hanging out around here, and there's a straight wall in the Abyss. That's kind of unheard of. I wish we had a strong source of area of effect damage, but we don't really. Did we just get something new? Maces and Flails at level 24. Okay, that's fine. Any permanent mutations? No. Alright. Yeah, I feel like the rune is inside this structure here. I hope it is. Because then we can leave the Abyss. Like, the Abyss is cool, we're getting a lot of experience, yada yada. Oh yeah, it's in here. Yeah, there it is. Like, this has been a good Abyss run, but I'm ready to be done with it. It's just... You never know when you're going to get swarmed by a bunch of really powerful stuff and just get tormented to death and be done. We don't care about bucklers. Yeah, the Abyssal Rune. Alright, so we now have as many runes as I've ever obtained. 5 is the most I have ever possessed at any one point. Or 4, rather. Right? Yeah, 4. The 5th being in the slime pits, and then the rest being in the extended endgame. Like, we're going to clear all of the Realm of Zot before we try and get the 6th through 15th runes. There are runes at the end of each of the branches of the Hells, so that's 4 more. There's one at the end of the Tomb, which is the 5th. There are 5 in Pandemonium, and those are the remaining. Yeah, 5 in Pandemonium, 4 in Hell, 1 in the Tomb. And then I think there are, like, at least there used to be, I don't know if there still are, there are runes just hanging out at the end of each ziggurat. And since there are an infinite number of ziggurats, there's like an 8% chance on each level of Pandemonium that you visit that a ziggurat will spawn, and Pandemonium is infinite. Though, once you have left a level of Pandemonium, you can never come back, so you have to make absolutely certain that you grab the rune while you're there. Grab another meat ration. Hey, and there's our way out. Awesome. That was a very nice Abyss run. It was good, it was clean. No more permanent mutations, though we have some weird temporary ones. We even got some items that are worthwhile. That's kind of cool. Let's put our Ring of Sustenance back on. And we got the Abyssal Rune. And all in like 20 minutes. Cool. Our random mutations disappeared. Let's just chop the Sphinx Corpse. We could transfer our stash to the Vestibule of Hell once we clear it, which I will probably do, actually, since there will be some to and from. And we can kind of pare out some of the things that we don't need when we do that transfer. But for now, dear viewers, that's the end of our video. That was a fun little run, and I hope to see you next time for the Realm of Zot or the Slime Pits.